common scenario for biotech leaders. You've gone to great effort and expense to assemble a group of absolutely brilliant minds, investing hours of your time and thousands upon thousands of dollars, pounds, or euros into bringing together the cream of the scientific crop. And yet, when they try to work together, there's miscommunication, misalignment, politics, delays, mistakes, and personal agendas. And as a result, milestones are missed, investors and partners are unhappy, and fundraising is difficult. And the reason this happens is that talent is just raw material. Bringing together a group of outstanding individuals does not guarantee success. And you'll see this dynamic play out across industries, in sports, and anywhere else you care to look. The 2004 US Olympic basketball dream team was filled with the biggest names in the sport, including Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James, but they lost to Puerto Rico, Lithuania, and Argentina, finishing the tournament with just a bronze medal. So although having the right people is crucial, team performance is often less about who's in the group than it is about how that group works together. There is no point spending time and money attracting and securing people in the first place if you're not going to do the work to make them effective. In almost every business in the world, people are your biggest cost, and it's up to you as the leader to make them perform. Every team is different, and so every team requires a different approach, but there are 5 common key steps that you can take to forge a high-performance unit that delivers exceptional results. Start by aligning your team around a common unifying mission. People perform best when they're working towards a clear shared goal. Harvard Business Review research has shown that purpose-driven teams are twice as likely to be high-performing. And this should be straightforward in biotech, with famous examples like Genentech's "We Make Medicines That Matter" to model, but it's a step that's often missed. Connecting your people to a mission, purpose, and vision sets the scene for great performance. Then once you've done that, enroll your team in agreeing the rules of the game. There are many ways to achieve any goal. Articulating and capturing how you want to play is essential. Now, in a company, these will usually be your values, and in a team within your business, you're more likely to have a charter or a set of principles. Everybody should contribute, and if you create guidelines around communication, decision-making, managing conflict, and standards, that will move you a long way towards a shared understanding of what good looks like. And this shouldn't be just a one-time exercise. Revisit the rules regularly, especially when things are difficult or when they're changing rapidly. If you've got the right people in place, you've aligned them around a mission, and you've agreed how you'll all behave, give them space, autonomy, and ownership. Micromanaging people results in compliance, not performance. It's absolutely your responsibility to ensure your outcomes are achieved, and balancing space with responsibility can be a challenge, but setting the objectives and then letting your team work out how to deliver them is the only way to achieve consistent success. Autonomy has been shown to repeatedly boost engagement and performance by up to 30%. And it's one of Daniel Pink's 3 pillars of motivation. And by the way, if you haven't read Daniel Pink's book, Drive, you really should. But giving autonomy doesn't mean that you sit back and relax while your team deliver. Your job is to support them and to run interference. While they're going about their work, your people will run into challenges. And sometimes these challenges will be because they lack the skills or perspective they need, in which case it's up to you to coach and train them. While in other cases they'll be caused by genuine obstacles, and at those times it's up to you to find ways to remove or navigate them. Or another kind of challenge is caused by noise and friction from the rest of the business. And the more you can keep your team protected from unnecessary distractions, the better they'll typically perform. Now bear in mind that one of those distractions might be you. You should also spend your time monitoring and managing performance, which can be done relentlessly. And it's different to micromanaging, but the difference can be subtle. It is absolutely up to each person on your team to figure out how to deliver the result you need, like we've already talked about. So telling them exactly what to do is counterproductive. But at the same time, you're asleep at the wheel if you're not intimately aware of how they're progressing. So it's critical to create tight feedback loops. And I'd recommend informal weekly one-to-ones as a good guide, and to keep track of deliverables. When you spot issues, you can step in to identify and address the challenges people are facing. But if you don't see them, you can't do that. And this is the key difference between performance management and micromanagement. Micromanagers step in regardless of progress, primarily to exert control, but effective managers step in when things start to veer off track, and their intention is to provide support. Studies conducted by Gallup have shown that teams who review goals weekly are 33% more likely to hit their targets. So talent is necessary, but it's not sufficient. And there's plenty you can do to move your team closer to high performance, but start with these fundamentals. Align them around a clear mission, agree the rules of the game, give them ownership and autonomy, support them and run interference, and manage performance relentlessly. It won't take long for you to see results.